Hello and welcome to another edition of Varsity Sports here on Educational Channel 15. Today, November 7th, this destination, Winchester High School. This is the state tournament for the Division I North girls. The Somerville High School versus Winchester High School. My partner, Steve Cronin. How are you, sir?
Well, good afternoon, Tim. It's a wonderful afternoon for soccer. It's it's a bit breezy for the spectators, but it's perfect for the soccer players. About 50 degrees, a mild breeze. We're playing on Winchester's virtually brand new. I think the field is less than a year old, artificial turfus, so won't be looking for any field defects interfering with the play of the ball. The Highlanders have a substantial challenge against them this afternoon, Tim, against a much higher seeded Winchester Sachems, but our Highlanders qualified, Tim, under the Sullivan rule. In a 5-team league, if there's a tie for first place, there has to be a playoff to determine which team is first, and then the second place team would automatically go to the tournament. In Somerville's case, they were tied for second, 9 points, and there's no playoff when there's a tie for second, so both of those teams qualified for the tournament, and that's how our Highlanders got in with a record of 6 wins, 8 losses, and 5 ties.
That's right, Steve, and congratulations to the girls for qualifying. As you said, they have a very difficult task this afternoon. Here at Winchester High School, their coach, his name is Chris Scanlon. He has been the coach of Winchester High School girls soccer for 33 years. He has won 30 Middlesex League titles. He has won a national championship in 1990. He has won 8 state championships for Division I. Steve, monumental today.
Quite a challenge, but if you get in the tournament, Tim, you want to play the best right off the bat. That really tests the team. It's a testament to this team that despite the record, they did qualify for the tournament, and we've got a streak of our own going now. Two tournaments in a row. It's a real testament to Coach Leonard and the players. I'm sure for the returning seniors, 3 tournament appearances in a row. So we've got a bit of a streak going that we're building. That type of tradition that we'd like to emulate that the Sachems here in Winchester have lived under Coach Scanlon's tutelage.
Absolutely. In a few moments, we will have the national anthem. We will broadcast this game, so stay tuned. And welcome back to the broadcast. Just to recap, we are Educational Channel 15. We are proud to bring you varsity sports. Today is the Division I North preliminary round for the girls in this state tournament. The partner to my right, Steve Cronin. My name is Tim Cronin. Welcome again. Steve, nice to have you on board again.
It's great to be back, and hello to our viewers at home, Tim. We've got a beautiful afternoon here on November 7th, 2010, on the pristine field, the new field here at Winchester, in Winchester. It's not at the high school, by the way, Tim. It's behind the junior high school, right off Mystic Valley Parkway. For people coming from Somerville, I guess I would tell them, direct them to Shannon Beach and take a right. And it's a beautiful facility that have done a wonderful job, and I think it's perfect for soccer, and the weather's cooperating beautifully.
Yeah, Steve, they call it, is it Knowlton Stadium? Knowlton Stadium?
It's Knowlton Stadium, longtime Winchester educator and coach. And they've done a beautiful job upgrading the facility. The previous field, the grass field, we might term as lumpy, not through some hard work on the part of the grounds crew here in Winchester and the town workers, but it's only it's a mere 100 yards from the Aberjana River. And it's been flooded more than a few times in the past 50 years, Tim.
Oh, great. Well,
we're not expecting any flood today.
It's actually nice to know where I'm standing. That's great. Somerville High School girls, 6 wins, 8 losses, 5 draws. Usually, Steve, not enough to make the tournament. Again, excellent explanation. They have qualified. There was much confusion last week as to whether they were or they were not. So again, congratulations to them. Winchester High School, they come in with a record of 11 wins and 6 losses on the year. And believe it or not, Steve, this is actually considered a down year for this perennial powerhouse.
Well, I know, Tim, firsthand that the Belmont girls won the Middlesex League title, and it's a rarity in the Middlesex League if it's somebody other than Winchester on the girls' side. But Coach Scanlon has a long-time outstanding record. They're the premier program, Tim, in Eastern Mass, and they've earned the right to
brag, so to speak.
Well, they certainly have earned the right to brag. Here we go with the pregame announcements.
Welcome to today's match between Somerville High School Highlanders and your Winchester Sachems. This is Division I North preliminary round. And now for the starting lineups for Somerville. Number 1, Jessica Lopez. Number 2, Leslie Alvarez. Number 3, Fatima Flores. Number 4, Natalie Enrique. Number 5, Kelsey Garrity. Number 6, Caitlin Kemp. Number 8, Alexandra Kaczynski. Number 9, Cassandra Mazden. Number 10, Mahada Concalves. Number 11, Rachel Berry. Number 12, Taylor Plett. Number 13, Ella Tyler. Number 14, Amy Bonita. Number 15, Kelly Haggerty.
It's this one, but I don't know.
Number 16, Mila Maya. Number 17, Sabine Murray. Number 18, Cheyenne Harrington. Number 19, Carolina Nunez. Number 20, Jessica Menjabar. Your Somerville Highlanders. Now the Winchester Sachems. Number 1, Catherine Pitts. Number 2, Captain Shannon Quinn. Number 3, Captain Olivia Justaby. Number 4, Captain Emily Aliberti. Number 5, Captain Amy Castanetti. Number 6, Sarah Onigian. Number 7, Mackenzie Goss. Number 7, Brittany Cavaretta. Number 8, Annie Langloy. Number 9, Megan Crean. Number 9, Sarah Wheeler. Number 10, Celia Litchfield. Number 10, Carrie Subak. Number 11, Maggie Connolly. Number 12, Hannah Pipes. Number 13, Kate Smith-Lynn. Number 14, Remy Duray. Number 15, Caitlin Weber. Number 16, Meg Hennessy. Number 17, Marissa Wegner. Number 18, Lauren Baldario. Number 19, Emmy Stratton. Number 20, Lacey Hale. Number 21, Emily Smith. Number 22, Catherine Zaves. Number 23, Julia Staffier. Number 24, Audra Foley. Number 25, Book Christopher. Number 26, Michelle Goyette. And number 28, Savannah Kitchen. Head coach, Chris Scanlon. And Alyssa Foley. And now if you would all please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Good luck. Thank you. Great job.
Nice rendition of the national anthem, Steve, and it looks like both teams sharing some final thoughts, maybe some tactical discussion.
Well, Tim, we have a nice crowd tuning out for this afternoon's contest here in Winchester. I might add that, do you want the good news for Winchester's future or the bad news?
I'll take the bad news first.
Well, they have 10 seniors.
What's the good news?
7 juniors, 12 sophomores, and 1 freshman on the varsity.
Well, Steve, one of the assistant coaches mentioned to me that this sophomore crew is, or will be, the bright future for Coach Scanlon.
Well, we're on the future Winchester soccer. Not that we certainly don't need to embellish it, but the JV team went 13-3-2 this year, Tim. And the freshman team, girls freshmen, the class of 2014, went undefeated.
Wow.
So they've got a lot of horses in the barn, as they would say.
For sure. And
I don't know where they would say that, Tim, but it's a nice expression.
Well, both teams have taken the field. The official just waiting for everyone to take their position.
We have our Highlanders in their blue road uniforms. Blue jerseys with white trim, white numerals. Blue shorts with white trim and blue stockings with white trim at the top. And the home Sachems are wearing their home white uniforms, red numerals, black shorts, and white stockings. In goal for the Highlanders, of course, is the dependable Kelsey Garrity. And in goal for the Winchester Sachems, I believe, until I pick up her number, is Mackenzie Koss.
A little bit of a...
We're trying to pick up the number right now.
Yeah, Steve, a little bit of a delay here. I don't think the official gave the word as of yet.
Well, they usually blow the whistle, Tim.
And off we go. Ball's played out of bounds immediately. Steve, as the broadcast goes on, Coach Jason Leonard explained a little bit of his tactic for at least trying to handle this very tough Winchester squad. And as the broadcast goes on, we can...
Tim, I had the pleasure of seeing the Winchesters play against Austin Prep last Wednesday, both the varsity and JV game. Might add, JV girls finished the season at 8-7-1. But a solid nucleus of players who are going to come up and fill the varsity ranks next year. The freshman team also had a very successful season. Nice play by Gary coming out here.
And as we expected, immediately with the attack, these Winchester Lady Sachems. Looks like Cassandra Marsden, number 9, will put the ball back into play. Ball's booted through midfield, handled immediately by Winchester.
I'm sure Winchester is going to try to play a possession game, Tim, working the ball up the field, on the ground.
Here comes the cross. And Steve, we already have the first goal of the game with a wonderful attack.
The cross came from number 9, Meg Crean, to number 8, Annie Langlois.
Picture perfect cross, Steve, and finish. Very tough for Kelsey to handle. So just over 2 minutes into the match, it's already 1-0 Winchester.
JD Hale.
So who's that for? That was yesterday to
This is Caitlin Kemp. First touch of the day. Winchester on the attack again from the far sideline.
This is Maggie Conley, a junior, number 11, taking the throw to number 14, Remy Dyer, a junior, midfielder.
Ball's played in front of Garrity. And out of bounds.
On the left wing there for the Sachems is number 7, Brittany Cavanetta, a sophomore.
Caitlin will inbounds.
37, 30, so 220. 220 in.
37-48 was the first goal.
Oh, okay, great, thank you. We need something.
Multiple touches here, Steve.
Winchester will play a possession game, Tim. You'll always see them passing to someone.
Ball's played down the far right side.
Down the right wing, the number 2, Shannon Quinn, one of the captains, one of the co-captains.
The attempted cross picked off by Kelsey. She sends the ball toward Natalie. Number 12, Taylor Plett, getting a foot on the ball.
A little bit too much foot in the play at that time, Tim.
Winchester sets up, sending the ball flying into, if you will, the Highlander red zone, defended nicely.
For our viewers at home, Tim, the Highlanders attacking from left to right in their navy blue road uniforms, and the Sachems in their home white attacking right to left. The field is outlined in gold paint. Those are the soccer markings.
And the attack is on again, Steve. I'm sorry to interrupt you. And the finish. So we have a score here of 2-0. Winchester and Steve fully expected. Winchester again, multiple touches. They send the ball flying in all directions. It looks like they're attacking from that right corner. And
well, it was number 16, Meg Hennessy, a sophomore, Tim, heading the ball in. Fed very nicely from the right wing.
this is Mahata sending the ball to Natalie. Natalie in control. She's tripped up, and this will result in a Lady Highlander set piece from about 30 yards out.
It should be a good point for them to strike and put some pressure on the Winchester goalkeeper.
And it looks like Mahata will put the ball into play. We'll see if she tries to blast the ball on goal, or if there is some set play, Jason will run here. She passes to Taylor. Taylor dumps it in.
Yeah, she was.
Nunes is there, as well as the Winchester keeper, Steve.
All right.
Ball sent out to midfield. Mahata dumps it back in.
Well, that's
Steve,
the-
Coach Lenachek, he spoke about a 4-4-1-1 formation. It's basically a defensive formation trying to slow down this, if you will, awesome attack from Winchester.
It's the other goalie.
Yeah, this is number, for Winchester, for the Sachems, we just confirmed the number. It's number 8, Annie Langlois, who's a junior, getting some valuable tournament experience.
And Steve, another solid attack from the Winchester Lady Sachems.
And we have our first substitution to the game, Tim. Coming in for the Sachems is number 2, Shannon Quinn. And going out is number 3, Olivia Jetsby. While this Winchester team, Tim, is deep in both experience and youth.
Mahata works it back to
don't know if-
Sasha Garsinski. She's
I don't know
able
if the Sachems have that many kids sitting on the bench to keep everybody warm, or they're actually going to get into the game. I'm sure.
Well, Steve, 28 girls on the roster. Very impressive.
I'm sure they're going to all see the field today, Tim.
And just offside. Very fortunate were the Lady Highlanders.
We want to give a shout out to one of the injured Highlander soccer players, Emily Bonilla, who unfortunately can't play today. She's missed the last several games of the season due to injury. Hope she's recovering rapidly and not forgetting to do her homework.
Also, Steve, number 3, Fatima Flores, out for the season, broken wrist. We wish her the best. This is Mahata going toe-to-toe, Winchester in control, trying to launch yet another attack.
22, Catherine Zavez, a sophomore, Tim.
Ball is played in. Caitlin is able to knock that ball out of bounds.
Catherine Zavez will make the throw in to number 12, Hannah Pipes.
Ball's crossed, picked up by Winchester, shots taken. Nice save, Kelsey.
Number 4, Emily Alberti, taking that shot. Nice work by the Somerville goalkeeper. She's already had a busy afternoon, and I can only expect it'll get busier.
Number 18, Cheyenne Harrington, just checked into the game. Freshman, seeing some action. We can see on the ball right now, number 11, Rachel Berry, also a freshman. Ball's cleared out front, shot is taken, and over the crossbar to the left it goes. The mounting pressure, Steve.
Well, shots like that, I hope Kelsey Garrity has been working on her ups. I know it's early to start that for the basketball season, but if they're going to get shots like that from that close in, they'll be aiming for that crossbar, Tim.
Ball's played to the right side by Kelsey. Winchester again in control. Ball's played back in front of Kelsey. She'll pick that right up.
That was number 15, Caitlin Weber, knocking the ball into the box for the Sachems.
Ball's played to midfield, again controlled by Winchester. They drive it in. Nice defensive play by Rachel. Ball's thrown into Taylor. Menjivar gets a touch. Cheyenne Harrington on top. Winchester would like to begin yet another attack. Very impressively, they're on their way. Ball's played to the left corner. Expect to see the cross coming. And just out of bounds.
Nice get by Emily Alberti, number 4 for the Sachems. Another Sachem substitution here.
This is Marsden again. She'll drive the ball toward the right side. Intercepted by Winchester. Ball's driven back in front of Kelsey. Caitlin Kemp on top, and she is able to knock it away.
Re-entering for the Sachems on that last substitution was number 3, Olivia Jetsby, a senior, one of the co-captains.
So another goal kick for the Lady Highlanders, and they've already had about 5 or 6 in the first 11 plus minutes of action. Winchester again in control. Ball's played toward the right side. On top of it first. Leslie Aviles, number 2, she knocks it away.
It's a corner kick for the Sachems. And this is number 2, Shannon Quinn, one of the senior captains, taking the corner. We can see the Somerville player, number 2, 10 yards from the ball.
Leslie, yep.
Headed by the Sachems, fortunately over the crossbar.
Nice cross from the corner, Steve.
Excellent. Well, that's what you're looking for.
And it looks like number 13 for the Highlanders, Ella Tyler, also a freshman, just checking into the game, into the match.
That was Emily Stratton, a junior, taking that header on that corner kick.
Again with the cross. Kelsey lets it go out, and yet another Highlander goal kick. Nice to see former state champion basketball coach Paul Garrity here to watch his daughter.
The crowd is filled in very nicely, Tim, for both schools.
It looked a little bare at first, Steve, but this facility is starting to fill.
All right, coming in for the Sachems is number 10, Celia Leachfield, a senior midfielder.
Winchester on the attack again. Multiple touches, ball possession, knocked away by Mahata. Somerville takes over. Mahata gets it up to Jessica Menjivar. And Steve, interesting story. Number 20 for the Highlanders, Jessica Menjivar, ranked number 1 in the senior class. She is headed toward valedictorian status.
Only number 1, huh? Well, congratulations to her. We're certainly proud of her achievement.
Another corner kick for Winchester. This unrelenting pressure continues to mount.
Again, number 2, Shannon Quinn taking the corner for the Sachems.
Ball is crossed. Looks like it
Goal kick Somerville.
Yep, it looks like it deflected off of 2 Winchester players. And very busy with the goal kicks, Cassandra Marsden. Ball's played out of bounds. The attack begins again. Shot is coming and over the outstretched hands of poor Kelsey Garrity, and we have a 3-0 soccer match here in the preliminary round of the MIAA state tournament.
That was number 14, Remy Dyer, junior midfielder for the Sachems.
Steve, beautiful touch
Knocking
shot.
that ball in.
Beautiful touch shot, very impressive.
Just under the crossbar. Well placed.
So a timeout has been called here. We'll see if Coach Leonard can get his girls together. Try to get them to relax a little bit. And this long discussion is taking place
It's a timeout.
between coaches and players.
It's one of the oddities of high school soccer.
I'm sure Coach Lenacek is just trying to convince the girls to keep the ball out of the front area of the goal, to spread the ball wide left and right. Many of the Winchester fans, Steve, enjoying what they're seeing right now. Many of the parents and siblings in attendance.
I didn't even know they made the tournament. I asked the coach and the AD this week. They didn't know.
And the Highlanders come back onto the field. We'll see what kind of effort they can put in. We have 24 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first half. This is Educational Channel 15, proud to bring you varsity sports and the Lady Highlanders position here in the state tournament.
As our viewers know, Tim, on the high school level, games are played in two 40-minute halves. Naturally, in the tournament, there are provisions for overtime as well as a shootout if the game were to remain tied after the overtime periods.
And finally, Steve, a little bit of a miscue from one of the Winchester players.
We're going to need a lot more of those, Tim.
And we have another Cassandra Marsden goal kick. Ball's driven toward the right side. Immediately, Winchester on top of the ball. Some nice defending by Caitlin. Ball's played out of bounds.
That was number 2, Shannon Quinn, applying the pressure for the Sachems.
Winchester again in possession, trying to mount yet another attack. Picked up by Caitlin off of her ankle, I think. Luckily, Kelsey was there. Ball's cleared. Winchester in possession again. The attack will begin. Ball's played to the left side. Knocked away by Caitlin. And hopefully the Highlander girls can do a little bit more of that.
It's a foot race to the ball. Sachem defender got there first, number 6, Sarah O'Hannigan, a senior.
Ball's put back into play. Natalie on top of it. Steve will have a set piece for the Lady Highlanders. Mahata will make the cross.
This is their second foray into Sachem territory, Tim. Hopefully they can make something happen.
Ball is crossed. Touched by Winchester first and momentarily cleared. That was number 15 with her first touch of the day, freshman Kelly Haggerty. Seeing some action. Winchester will regroup here. The attack will start again. Ball is played to the right corner.
It's number 4 for the Sachems,
Nice defending there,
Emily
Steve.
Alberti.
That was Cassandra Marsden with the slide tackle.
Good defense by the Highlanders,
However,
but another dangerous corner kick, Tim.
yep,
Of course, this is number 2, Shannon Quinn, senior co-captain, coming over for the kick. I wonder how many of these she's taken in her career.
well, she's been impressive so far. And that ball will fly right out in front of Highlander goal. Knocked away, headed away, played back in. Good stop by Kels. Ball's played to midfield. Winchester on top of the ball again. They will mount another attack. Natalie steals. She will take the ball through midfield. Played into Winchester territory and immediately
Cleared
discarded.
Cleared by the defensive backs very smartly.
And here comes the counterattack. Winchester again. Has she drawn the foul? And Steve, I don't know what the call is. Set piece? Winchester, I think.
Looks like a penalty kick, Tim.
My goodness, Steve. This is the last thing the Lady Highlanders needed. Tough call. Tough call, to say the least.
All right, this is number 16, Meg Hennessy, sophomore, Tim, taking the PK. We talked about the youth movement that's going on here with the Sachems. This is an example of it.
And she scores.
Good job by Kelsey Garrity. She grasped right, but couldn't extend herself to 6 feet, 6 inches.
Nice shot. So we have a 4-0.
Nice shot by Meg
Match.
Hennessy, picking the corner, picking the right-hand corner, keeping the ball low. Not, believe it or not, Tim, a lot of mustard on that ball.
Well placed.
Sacrificed a little bit of the
Yep.
speed for
Excellent
the accuracy.
touch. Excellent touch. She put the ball right where she wanted it to go. Thought it was kind of a tough call there, Steve. There were 4 Highlander defenders and a little bit of inadvertent contact.
Well, the contact was there, Tim. I wasn't sure if it was inside the box. I'd have to look at the replay. But the Winchester player did a good job selling it to the officials.
She sure did.
All benefit of having watched the World Cup last year.
Ella puts the ball back into play. This is Carolina Nunes. Winchester regains possession. Ball's driven through midfield toward the right. The attack is on again. And a little bit of contact, not called
No,
there.
I'm afraid I think she overstepped the ball. I'm glad she got up. She's okay. She's back in the play. But that can sometimes be a dangerous situation for a forward who's going rapidly forward, steps on the rolling ball,
Sure.
and loses their balance.
It's the back of the foot, Steve, that can be injured on a play like that. The Achilles area, if I'm not mistaken. The Highlanders awarded possession. Cassandra drives the ball out, playing very quickly. This is Natalie.
23 for the Sachems there, applying the pressure is Julia Staffier, sophomore. I would imagine now with Sachems 4, Highlanders 0, with 17 minutes to go in the first half, that the 28 players on the roster will all see the field this afternoon.
Oh, I'm sure, Steve.
Valuable experience, a fun experience for them. I'm sure Coach Leonard will be utilizing all of his resources this afternoon. I was surprised he hadn't brought a few more players up from the JV squad to fill the roster. But that's a decision the coach makes during the season.
Substitutions taking place. Looks like for the Lady Highlanders, Leslie Aviles checking back in. And of course, excellent field position for this Winchester attack. Ball is crossed, and just off the crossbar, Steve. Almost a beautiful touch goal. Very impressive.
We're grateful it was there.
So Cassandra Marsden will go back to work with just over 16 minutes to go here in the first half. Educational Channel 15. Proud to bring you this state tournament soccer match.
Here we have some more substitutions, Tim, for the Highlanders.
You made it back okay?
Rachel Berry checking back in. Looks like Sasha Garsinski and Taylor Plett.
You made it back okay? It's fun this year, even though we lost. It's a nice
Winchester again, putting the ball back into play. Nice work there from Sasha.
Yeah, I did because I was paying attention to what's going on. Plus Robin had it up on our Facebook. So
Winchester in possession. We'll see how they attack. Ball sent to the right corner and just overkicked. So Sasha will, I'm sure, take the goal kick.
half an hour before, we said on an email.
Make the goal kick.
Better in the clock.
She tried to find Natalie. Ball deflected by a Winchester player. And again, Winchester keeping the ball in Highlander territory.
Good composure by the Highlander defense there. Just not knocking the ball away, gaining possession, then directing it to a teammate.
Both teams trying to settle. Winchester wins that battle. The attack coming again. Played to the right corner, I think offside. So the Highlanders a little bit fortunate there. It seems, Steve, they love to attack from the corners.
They like to use their flanks, carrying the ball up the wing, forcing the other team to retreat. Tim, we had discussed briefly at the start of this half the future of Sachems soccer with 12 sophomores on today's roster. Well, the summer roster is laden with seniors, 12 seniors, but very alarmingly, no juniors, 3 sophomores and 3 freshmen. But we've had, the last 2 years, we've had full JV and freshman teams, which isn't reflected in the roster composition for the Highlanders.
Nice defending here from the Lady Highlanders. However, Winchester on the attack again and cleared by Taylor temporarily.
Handsball there
Yep,
by number
handball.
13,
You're right.
Kate Smith-Lynn, a senior.
Siobhan Murray doing some nice defensive work.
John, you're in charge of the Syria, but
Rachel
My error on
tries
that
to work
handball.
it
I
to
think
Carolina.
it was number 23, Julia Staffy, sophomore.
Cheyenne plays the ball in.
center back.
Ball's played forward. And out of bounds.
It's number 10,
You gotta work your way up.
Celia Litchfield, except there are 2 10s in the program.
Winchester looking very impressive again with their passing. Ball's played in. This is Kelly Haggerty just knocking that ball out of bounds.
More substitutions by both teams.
Looks like Winchester coach Chris Scanlon using many of his girls, Steve. Already, many reserves have been able to see some playing time.
Here we go with the deadly corner, Tim. Oh, thank goodness it's not number 2, Shannon Quinn going to the corner. It's number 10. Either Celia Litchfield or Kelly. It is Celia. Okay, it's good to know, thank you.
Ball is crossed and a beautiful finish, Steve, off the header. 5-0 soccer match. Just a wonderful corner kick. Placed perfectly. The Winchester girls were able to camp out in the box. And if you leave any of them unmarked, Steve, it can be devastating, as we just saw. Ball's put back into play.
Sachems 5, Highlanders 0, Tim. The Highlanders, I don't think this changed from the. I don't think this changed from the moment the game started.
We could do it.
The Highlanders' goal is to break that egg, and that'll be quite an achievement against an accomplished squad such as the Winchester Sachems.
For sure. Siobhan Murray with the touch, works it to Taylor. Leslie driving the ball down the left side. The attempted cross is intercepted and cleared by Winchester. Some nice hustle there by Leslie coming back. And the attack is on again for Winchester, played out of bounds by Cassandra. So some field position again, favoring Winchester with this inbounds throw-in. Just under 10 minutes to go in the first half. 5-0, Steve. And
Number 17, Marissa Wigner, a junior fullback.
ball is shot, not much on it, easily
Julie,
picked up.
number 23, Julia Staffia for the Sachems, a sophomore taking that shot.
Ball's played back. Winchester setting up again. The right wing man is flying down the right side, waiting for the lead pass. It's there. Just out of bounds, Steve. What a cross, though.
That was number 24, Audrey Foley, sophomore. She hasn't been offered an indoor track scholarship. She certainly should be.
Pops over here too.
Father is very fast.
That's Cassandra again, driving that ball toward midfield. Mahata drives it forward a second time, intercepted by Winchester again. The attack begins. Ball's played again to the right corner. This time Kelly Haggerty is on top of the ball first. And some nice field position again with, is that Mahata down at midfield, Steve?
I believe so, Tim. We've got an injury here. The athletic trainer, Winchester's athletic trainer, Donna Gildersleeve, is out attending to the injured Somerville athlete.
Actually, that's number 18, Cheyenne Harrington.
Cheyenne Harrington.
Freshman Cheyenne Harrington. Speedy little player.
Well, Tim, while we've discussed the future of Sachems soccer and the future of Highlander soccer, but for our viewers at home and fans, spring soccer registration has opened online. They can Google Somerville Youth Soccer
Did the whole team get out?
or go on to www.oursysl.org to register for spring soccer. I realize in the month of November, no one's thinking about April 2nd, 2011, the first weekend of games for the spring season. But due to the timeline that the league is given, every youth league in Massachusetts is given by Massachusetts Youth Soccer Association. Registration occurs through November and terminates early in the month of December. But all the information that a parent or guardian would need is there. And there's not only email addresses, but well as phone numbers to contact members of the board of directors if they have any specific concerns or questions. And of course, the league is always looking for people to come and volunteer, looking for new coaches, officials, supporters. It's all sorts of tasks that need to be done. And of course, very importantly, players.
And Steve, just a moment ago, it was nice to see Cheyenne walk off the field. Looks like she's okay.
Very encouraging.
She'll be back in action, I'm sure, as this game wears on. Ball's played back into Kelsey, and she is able to handle that easily. And again, Steve, not to overdo it, but this unrelenting pressure from Winchester, so impressive. They'll start with a throw-in from the right corner.
Well, the Winchester girls, Tim, came into are in the tournament that's as the number 10 seed, if you can believe it. Their record 11 wins, 6 losses, and no ties. And the Highlander girls are the 23rd and last seed with a record of 6 wins, 8 losses, and 5 ties. Qualified under the Sullivan rule. Second place team in a 5-team league, which the Greater Boston League is. And they've qualified for the tournament for 3 consecutive years now, Tim, which is quite an accomplishment.
That's right, Steve.
Certainly is building a tradition.
Back on the attack here, Winchester. Nice clear. Again, number 7, Siobhan Murray. This is Leslie from the far side. She'll work it to Jessica Menjivar. Menjivar, trying to find Natalie. She's able to lead Menjivar. Foot race to the ball, handled easily, and some nice communication, Steve, by the Winchester players. Goalkeeper knows to call the dogs off, and she'll take it herself. Ball's played back into midfield. The Winchester attack begins again. Ball is led and nicely defended by Siobhan. The cross comes. Taylor Plett on top of it. And some nice defensive work by the Lady Highlanders in these last few attacks.
The speedy number 24, Audra Foley, a sophomore forward, fortunately missed the last touch on that ball, and Kelsey Garrity, the summer goalkeeper, made a nice grab. And he caught the attacker off guard, being out so high in the box. It's number 15, Caitlin Weber, a senior, fullback. Throwing the ball in now for the Sachems is number 22, Catherine Zavez, a sophomore fullback.
So Ella Tyler checks back into the game, as well as Caitlin Kemp and Jessica Lopez. Winchester getting ready to resume play.
Tim, we'd like to thank all the fans for both schools who came out this afternoon. We've got a nice little crowd here at Winchester, watching, supporting their favorite high school soccer players.
Ball's played from the left corner. The cross comes. Battle for possession out front, and Mahata is finally able to knock it away. However, Steve, corner kick.
That was Emily Alberti for the Sachems, the senior captain, applying the pressure there. Good defense by the Highlanders.
So again, expect to see the ball fly right in front of Kelsey in the goal area. Ball is in the air. Nice defensive play again by Mahata.
First two was the Highlanders. That was number 3, Olivia Jetsby, a senior, taking that corner kick. I think we might ask in the second half if the Sachems will allow us to pick the player we want to take the corner kick.
Well, I don't think we have that luxury, Steve. Again, the attack from the corner. Ball is crossed. And, geez, Steve, that might be a handball in the penalty area.
I think it's another penalty kick, Tim. I think that's very obvious, even to our viewers at home. At 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in, 3 minutes and 14 seconds now left in the first half. Sachems 5, Highlanders 0.
I think that was number 6, Caitlin Kemp.
This is number 16, Meg Hennessy, a sophomore.
Nice save by Kelsey. Steve, as I was just saying, I think that was number 6, Caitlin Kemp. She inadvertently got her hand on the ball, but if it's in the penalty area. Jeff just corrected me. I think it was Siobhan Murray, number 7.
Okay, this is going to be a Sachem throw here, Tim. Oh no, a Highlander throw. Okay.
Siobhan put the ball back.
Watching
in
the
play.
official signal. .22 for the Sachems is Catherine Zavez, a sophomore fullback.
So, Steve, some good news here. Kelsey able to make the save
On the PK.
on the penalty
Very
kick.
encouraging.
That athletic prowess must run in the family, Steve.
I understand her brother is quite an accomplished basketball player. Her older brother.
Ball's played out front. Almost headed into the goal, Steve.
First two was a Sachem player getting her head on the ball. She was marked tightly by the Highlander defender, but the Highland defender was a head behind. All right, we're in the final 2 minutes of the first half, Tim.
Steve?
Sachems 5, Highlanders 0. Goal kick for the Highlanders.
And this is Marsden once again after another nice impressive attack from Winchester.
Tim, tomorrow afternoon, Monday, November 8th, 3:30 p.m. at Madison Park, the Highlander boys will be playing the Madison Park 11 in the second round of the state boys North Sectional Soccer Tournament.
And for those watching the broadcast in the evening, that is tomorrow afternoon. Ball's played back in. Cleared out of bounds. And halftime. Well,
10 minutes.
an impressive first half to say the least by Winchester. They're up 5-0 on a cold, blustery day. For Educational Channel 15, we will be back with the second half in a moment. MIAA State Tournament.
Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to Winchester, Knowlton Stadium, playing on a pristine, less than a year old turf field. Replaced the old grass field that was here. It's Winchester Sachems 5, our Somerville Highlanders 0. Today is Sunday, November 7th at about 4 p.m. I'd like to mention that the Highlander boys will play tomorrow, Monday, November 8th. Number 17 seed, the Highlander boys, with a record of 9, well, actually 10-5-4 now, will play the number 1 seed in the North Sectionals, Madison Park, with a record of 14-0-1 on Monday, November 8th at 3:30 p.m. at Madison Park. Any questions about directions or game time, they can go on to highschoolsports.net, MIAA.net, and click on the soccer brackets, or call 617-625-6600, extension 6161. Second half action is underway, Tim.
That's right, Steve. Real tough first half for the Lady Highlanders. Winchester again showing their steel.
Well, it's hard to believe they're a number 10 seed. You wonder what the other 9 seeds are like above them, Tim.
Sure.
In the girls' bracket.
Actually, Steve, one note on the Monday afternoon boys tournament game at Madison Park. They actually played each other one time this season. Madison Park won by a score of 1-0. And on that day, the Highlanders had several injuries. So even though Madison Park is the number 1 seed in the North Sectional, do not put it past this George Scarpelli coach team to come in there and put a hurt on them.
I like our odds against anyone, Tim. If we could have the boys show up here for the second half and take on the Lady Sachems, that would be nice. But that not being the case, well, best of luck to them tomorrow. The tournament continues through the month of November to our fans at home. They can get updates. Again, I mentioned the website, highschoolsports.net primarily. But go out and see a Scholastic game, see your favorite student athletes in action, playing the game simply for the joy of enjoying the sport. And you'll see some terrific soccer on top of that.
This is Leslie Aviles, number 2, putting the ball back into play, working it to Mahata. Little give and go, doesn't work.
The Highlanders have 40 minutes here, Tim, to break that egg. And that should be the goal. And it was a hard first half for them.
Winchester crosses. Garcinski is there. She temporarily clears. This is Mahata. She'll drive the ball forward, looking for Natalie. Picked up by Leslie.
We have a new Winchester goalie, number 7, Mackenzie Koss, a sophomore, part of that youth movement on the varsity. I did get a chance to speak to several Somerville parents, Tim, at halftime, and they wanted to mention that the Somerville Pride girls travel basketball player is looking for players. If there are any parents or guardians that might have a student athlete that's interested in getting involved with that level of competition, girls basketball, you can go on the city website, go to the recreation department, or call the recreation department at 19 Walnut Street to get connected to the program.
On the attack again, Winchester. Steve, player tripped up. We'll see what the call is.
It appears to be another penalty kick, Tim.
My goodness. My goodness. 3rd penalty kick of the day for Winchester. Tripped in the penalty area. I guess we really can't argue the point. And so it will be up to Kelsey now.
Well, I'm not sure about that. I think trees fall in the forest a lot faster than Emily Alberti, number 4, senior co-captain for the Sachems. But
At any
nevertheless,
rate,
she drew the foul. That's part of the game of soccer. Well played, Emily.
nice save. Oh, she almost had it, Steve. I thought she made the save. Nice effort.
And I think that was the lead-footed number 12, Hannah Pipes, taking the kick. Tim, if I'm correct.
And
I think that's her third goal.
she put some power behind that ball.
My correction. It was lead-footed number 16, Meg Hennessy. Okay. Who's a sophomore, by the way, Tim.
Well, Steve, again, she was able to put some power behind the ball, and Kelsey almost making the spectacular save. The momentum of the ball, just a little bit much for her to get a full grasp.
Well played by both players. Kicker and defender.
Highlanders on the attack here.
It's the hockey one.
Natalie trying to break through, defended nicely by Winchester. This is Taylor trying to find Carolina.
One of the nuances that viewers at home might have missed, but clock operator here in Winchester is on top of. During the penalty kick, during the game, the clock is stopped. It's one of the few times that the clock is stopped during a contest.
Nice defending there by Cassandra Marsden.
Hopefully we won't have any timeouts this second half, Tim. We should probably gather some sponsors to advertise during the timeout periods.
And here's Winchester on the attack again. Ball is driven in, picked up by Kelsey.
It's number 14, Remy Dyer, Jr. Knocking the ball, heading the ball now.
And again, Winchester taking over. Ball's played to the corner. The cross will come, most certainly. And I think that was Siobhan Murray able to get a foot on the ball. Highlander possession. Freshman Rachel Berry.
Tim, very
throwing.
quickly, I'd like to mention early in the second half here, on Saturday, November 20th, at Matnon High School, as well as the Fidelity House in Arlington, is a basketball tournament being organized for the benefit of Alex Aiello, who's a single parent suffering from leukemia. Many people in the community know the Aiellos. Most importantly, know the mother, who's a member of the state police force. They can go on, I believe, Facebook, and whatever you do there. But I think if you put in Alex Aiello, the information about the benefit will come up.
So some nice defending by our Lady Highlander Steve. In these last few minutes, able to ward off several attacks again. Winchester regroups and off to the races they come. Ball's played to the right side. Nice play by Caitlin. Excuse me. Played to the sideline.
Tim, here in the second half, we have the Sachems in their home wide attacking left to right, and Highlanders defending in their road blue and attacking right to left. As our viewers look across the beautiful field here at Winchester, they might see mounds of earth and some large construction pipes. They're continuing some of the infrastructure repair to this area so they can put the fields back on top when they're done. This facility, the field, is behind the junior high school, McCall Junior High in Winchester, off of Mystic Valley Parkway. Just about a 2-minute walk from Winchester Center, Tim.
Ball's cleared again by the Lady Highlanders. That last possession for Winchester, about 6 girls were able to touch the ball.
I think the last time I sat in these stands for a high school football contest, Tim, I got six splinters. But the stands have been placed with a beautiful press box on top. And we're grateful to the home Sachems for the courtesy.
Ball
Nice cross.
Ball shot and knocked away by Cassandra, saving the goal.
A smart attack, smart defending. And we have a substitution.
This will be Jessica Menjivar checking in for Carolina. Leslie will put the ball back into play. Leaves it for Caitlin. Ball's driven in. Winchester on the attack again. Ball is played to the right corner. The cross will most certainly come again. Nice defending by Caitlin Kemp.
That's number 2, Shannon Quinn for Winchester.
Ball's driven to the left corner. Foot race. And out of bounds.
Well, Tim, very quickly, there are 10 seniors on this Winchester squad. I believe with 30 minutes left in the half, and the score 6. Sachem 6, Highlanders 0. This will not be their last game. Might be their last home game, but I'd like to quickly go down the list and mention that, single them out and congratulate them on a successful career, soccer career here at Winchester High School. Number 2, Shannon Quinn. Number 3, Olivia Jetsby. Number 4, Emily Alberti. And number 5, Amy Castanetti. I think they're all captains. Number 7, Sarah O'Hannigan. Number 9, Meg Crean. Number 10, Celia Litchfield. Number 12, Hannah Pipes. Number 13, Kate Smith-Lynn. Number 15, Caitlin Weber. And those are your 10 senior soccer players on the 2010 Winchester Sachem squad.
The attack comes again. Ball is crossed. Picked up there with a foot on it by Shaban. Driven out by Mahata.
Tim, the Highlanders are doing a good job right now. They're playing a little more composed, a little more controlled. If our viewers can't tell, and I think they can, that's number 24, Audra Foley, a sophomore forward entering for the Sachems. They're facing substantial pressure. They didn't quite do as well in the first half against that pressure, but here in the second half, they're handling it very well so far.
They are.
I might add to our viewers, if when you see the players from both teams, white and blue, travel down the field with the ball, if we were to go on the field surface and try to keep up with them, we would need bicycles. If they can't gauge the speed at which the student athletes are moving, and making it look very easy with what they're doing with the ball on top of that.
Winchester possession here. Far side of the field. Highlanders take over. Mrs. Marsden.
Tim, the good news here today is that the girls' Highlander soccer banquet has already been scheduled for Sunday, November 21st, 1 p.m. at the Dante Club. If any of our fans were interested in contributing or attending, they can call 6161 and get information about the event.
This is Mahata. She's able to get by 2 Sachem players and draw the possession here at midfield. Steve, 27 minutes to go in the match. Most assuredly, it will be the final 27 minutes of our Lady Highlanders season. Just to go down the roster real quick for the varsity soccer club here. Number 1, Jessica Lopez. Number 2, Leslie Aviles. Number 3, Fatima Flores. Number 4, Natalie Henrique. The goalkeeper, Kelsey Garrity. Number 6, Caitlin Kemp. Number 7, Shaban Murray. Number 8, Sasha Garsinski. Number 9, the captain, Cassandra Marsden. Number 10, Mahada Goncalves. Number 11, Rachel Berry. Number 12, Taylor Plett. Number 13, Ella Tyler. Number 14, Amy Bonilla. Number 15, Kelly Haggerty. Number 16, Mila Maya. Number 18, Cheyenne Harrington. Number 19, Carolina Nunes. And number 20, Jessica Menjivar. And Coach Jason Lenachek.
Tim, there was 2 nice forays by the Highlanders into the Sachem penalty box there. Well played by the Sachem goalkeeper, number 7, Mackenzie Koss. Came in for the second half. And I might say some very nice camera work by Jeff Genziano. On the first one, you could clearly see the goalkeeper calling the defender off the ball, but then it didn't quite take the flight path that she thought it was going to.
Just looking out the window here, Steve. Looks like some cold fans here watching the game. The wind has picked up in the second half. Thankfully, we're in the box with these fine gentlemen from Winchester High School.
Well, we certainly appreciate the hospitality, Tim. Well, we should let our friends at Dilboy Stadium know that they haven't turned on the heat here either. Tim, believe it or not, according to the weather report, the wind is constant at 13 miles per hour. It's the same as it was at the beginning of the game, just a slight change in direction from north-northwest to northerly. But it's had no effect on play this afternoon.
Absolutely not.
The only effect on play is this beautiful field turf surface that they now have here at Winchester. For our fans at home, similar to the field markings at Dilboy Stadium, with our fans see often in our broadcast, the markings are sewn into the surface. They can be redrawn, they can be highlighted by applying the proper paint material and so forth, but the surface comes with the markings sewn in.
And Steve, it's nice to see number 18, Cheyenne Harrington, back into this match. She was shaken up in the first half, needed the assistance of the athletic trainer, and she is, of course, back on her feet.
Well, the Winchester athletic trainer, Donna Gildersleeve, will probably hate me for saying this, but hopefully she'll never hear this broadcast, but she is the longest serving athletic trainer in the Middlesex League.
And here comes the attack again. And Kelsey arrives to the ball first.
It's good to have her on deck today.
And that's number 16 with a touch, Mila Maya, seeing some action. Sophomore player will return next season. This is Educational Channel 15, proud to bring you varsity sports. Partner to my right, Steve Cronin. My name is Tim Cronin. If you have just joined us, we are in the preliminary round of the Division I North State Tournament. We have a 6-0 score in this soccer match in favor of the Winchester Sachems over the Somerville Highlanders. Winchester attacking once again. And again, their ability to pass and to work together with the amount of touches and the amount of girls involved in the attack. Very impressive. We're trying to keep a count here of how many touches were on that last possession. Guys, did you get that at all? It was about 13 touches.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, for the Winchester Sachems, there's no rest for the weary. They'll play tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 p.m. in Brighton against Brighton High School. So there'll be a quick turnaround. I'm sure with 20 minutes left in the second half that if he hasn't already substituted everybody in, we're going to see a few more players as they start to warm up on the Winchester side.
Well, we know for the Highlanders, with the exception of our 2 injured players, Amy and Fatima, all of Jason's girls have seen action this afternoon. Ball's played in and cleared again by Marsden. Dusk is upon us almost, Steve, with this time change of the first Sunday morning in the month of November.
I was confused about that fact several times today, Tim. I haven't had a chance to reset my wristwatch. But fortunately, my cell phone automatically reset.
Set piece here for Winchester. Ball's driven in right at Kelsey, and she makes the impressive save.
Nice free kick
Beautiful
by the
shot.
Winchester Sachems.
Beautiful shot.
Well played by the Highlander goalkeeper, Kelsey Garrity, senior.
Well, for any opponent Winchester faces in this tournament in the future, Steve, they are going to have to deal with the set piece operation that they have obviously honed during their practice sessions and the like.
It was smartly played by the Highlanders on that attack, Tim. Number 12, Taylor Plett, knocking the ball in. So the Highlanders tend to make runs, albeit limited, but nevertheless trying to put a little offensive pressure on the Sachems' defense.
Steve, congratulations. Actually has to go out again to the boys' victory in their preliminary round victory yesterday afternoon versus Hyde Park. They were able to do exactly what Winchester is doing this afternoon. They commanded the ball with possession. They kept the ball in front of the opposing goalkeeper for Hyde Park, and they came out with a 6-0 victory themselves.
Tim, I had the pleasure of watching and listening to that game last evening and enjoying your broadcast of that event.
Thank you, Steve.
But the opponent was not Hyde Park. The opponent was Community Academy.
Well, Steve,
The
I'm
game
sorry to correct you,
happened
but that
to be
change
played
has
in
not
Hyde
happened
Park.
yet. The roster said Hyde Park, and they were
Interesting.
wearing Hyde Park uniforms. So until further notice, they are still Hyde Park High School.
Well, we're not sure. We're not sure who showed up then. Could have been one of those teams that played soccer at Fenway Park this past summer.
Natalie on the ball first here. This could be a nice attack. She gets by another girl. Nice effort there by our sophomore sensation, Natalie Henrique.
Good defense by number 6, Sarah O'Hannigan.
Ball's played back in, picked up by Kelsey. Natalie plays it back to Jessica. Steve, it would be nice to see one nice attack here from the team in blue. I'm sure Natalie's chomping at the bit to try to get a break here. She's had several touches in the last few minutes herself.
Be nice to read that in the box score, Tim. Well, the Highlanders continue to work hard, Tim. I've been impressed. It's not easy looking at a score with the differential that we have on the beautiful new scoreboard here. A gift of the Saltmarsh family. Just want to mention that and let them know how much we're enjoying it.
What time was that game? All right, let me get her out.
Steve, many of the reserves here for Winchester High School just showing their talent and ability to control the ball. Again, as you mentioned earlier, a very, very bright future for this club. The tradition will obviously continue in future years. We are just under 15 minutes to go in the match. This is Educational Channel 15, proud to bring you varsity sports.
Tim, I might mention that the Medford Mustangs, who were the Greater Boston League girls soccer champions, lost in the opening round to Andover, 2-0. And then Andover on Monday in the girls soccer tournament is playing Acton Boxborough at 6:30 p.m. at Acton Boxborough.
Oh, that should be a tough match. Two very good programs themselves through the years.
The Middlesex League, Tim, has 3 representatives in the Division I North sectionals. I haven't checked the other divisions. Might be a couple of Middlesex girls schools also in Division II. I'll take a look at that in a moment. Give you some idea of the level of competition in the Middlesex League in girls soccer. But the Sachems for decades have been the program to emulate. And that has come to the fore this afternoon with a strong upper class, 10 seniors, but very importantly, 12 sophomores. That's very impressive. Well, the Middlesex League girls champions, Belmont, the number 1 ranked team in Division II North. Stoneham is ranked is seeded 3rd. So there are 5 teams in a 10-team league that qualified for the tournament, Tim.
Impressive, very impressive. One of the toughest leagues in the state.
Well, it certainly shows. It comes out in every match. Every match is a challenge. You got to bring your A game and be prepared to play your best.
Sure, and it's actually, Steve, not just soccer, in all the sports. The Middlesex League, very formidable in the state of Massachusetts. We'll have to acknowledge, Steve, some of the seniors for the Lady Highlanders as the final moments of their soccer careers in a Highlander uniform are upon us. Winchester, of course, just making it very difficult for the Highlanders to penetrate their zone.
Well, Tim, I want to give a shout out. I was remiss in the first half, but we've got a couple of ball handlers working both sides of the field, a position required by soccer laws, and it's a thankless task. And I want to thank the ball handlers for doing their duty so diligently. The game couldn't be played without them.
Well, Steve, I have to tell you, with the MBTA line right behind us at Hyde Park yesterday, it was nice that the ball handlers didn't have to go out to the track every time the ball was booted onto the track. The commuter rail there sets a pretty good pace. Look both ways before crossing.
Well, at Dilboy Stadium, we're concerned about them falling into the Alewife Brook. We might, on that far side, we might have to issue life preservers for next season. But for all of the ball handlers throughout the tournament, it's a thankless task, one required by law, by soccer law, and their efforts are appreciated, especially by the players, secondly by the officials, but players love to have that ball at their feet, in their hands, when called for. So as the temperatures get a little cooler and there might be a few damp days or damp nights, we thank all of them for that duty, well performed. Well, we're under 10 minutes left, Tim. You might want to start running through that list of senior Highlanders.
Sure, we have
we're
a 6-0.
We're going to enjoy on the 21st of November at 1 p.m. at the Dante Club for the girls' senior soccer banquet. Information can be found by calling 6161.
Well, Steve, we have a 6-0 soccer match here, but to acknowledge our senior girls in their final match, Jessica Lopez, Leslie Aviles, Fatima Flores out with an injury. Of course, the goalkeeper, Kelsey Garrity. We have her proud dad standing at our side. Siobhan Murray, Sasha Garsinski, the captain, Cassandra Marsden, Mahara Goncalves, Taylor Plett, the injured Amy Bonilla, Carolina Nunes, and most assuredly valedictorian Jessica Menjivar. Congratulations to them and good luck in the future. All have plans to attend college.
I've seen more than a few Highlander players, Tim, in the spring, down on the pitch at the Capuano, assisting the league by refereeing matches. It's great to have them involved.
Absolutely. Shows the popularity of the game. This is Natalie in the corner, one-on-one battle. Nice play by the defender.
I think, Tim, to get your what they call your blue badge in youth soccer as a referee, you have to be 14 years of age. Well, here's a breakaway. Nice pressure by the Highlander defender.
Substitution being made. Looks like another Cassandra Marsden goal kick.
But I think a U10 soccer game, which is two 25-minute halves, is now $20 for pay for the referee. So if you're 14 years of age or older and want to become a referee, if you go onto the Mass Youth Soccer website, click on the link to referee. It'll tell you where and when the training course is. Every league is in need of officials. You can not only work in your own hometown, but any other fields that you can get to. But there aren't too many 14-year-olds that can make $20 an hour, Tim.
That is for sure always a nice opportunity to make some extra money for some of our younger people. And Steve, with those seniors being mentioned, next season we have some returnees who we hope will try to carry on the legacy of Our Lady Highlanders. We will have Natalie Henrique returning. We'll have Caitlin Kemp. 4 freshmen who will obviously be sophomores: Rachel Berry, Ella Tyler, Kelly Haggerty, and Cheyenne Harrington. So the future not so bad. I think you mentioned some of the junior varsity players coming up. Another run to the state tournament would not be out of the question.
And the foundation for that, Tim, will come from their involvement with getting on a team for the spring season, possibly looking at getting involved with the Olympic development program in the summer months. But registration for spring soccer is open online now. That kick by the Winchester goalie to the side of the penalty box, the nice thing about soccer, if the ball never made it, guess what happens? You get to kick it again.
Nice, real nice possession here, Steve, by Winchester.
On a goal kick, or I should say, on any free kick taken from within the penalty box, it has to leave the penalty box area before it can be played by either team.
I think on that last flurry they had about 7 touches.
Well, Winchester came out playing a possession game. The score is 6, Sachems 6, Highlanders 0. It's not going to change.
We are approaching the 4-minute mark to go in the match.
For the Sachems fans following the team tomorrow on Monday, November 8th, to the next game in Brighton, they'll have to confirm the location through the school, either the home school or the visiting or Winchester High. Maybe some of our Somerville fans who have now had the opportunity to see the Winchester team in action might care to follow them through the rest of the tournament.
Fun team to watch, that's for sure.
A solid core of seniors, backed up with a strong underclass.
Steve, what's happening here?
Oh, I think someone was mean to somebody here, Tim, and the referee didn't like it, so it's a direct free kick. Might have been a little bit too much English.
I expect this ball to be driven right at the crossbar, right? Nice play.
Well played by Kelsey Garrity. Let's hope that's your last save of her career, Tim. In soccer, that is. I might mention that the winter sports season in high school athletics starts the Monday after Thanksgiving. Roughly, there's usually 2 weeks of preseason preparation for all of the teams in track, indoor track, basketball, boys and girls, ice hockey, cheering, wrestling. I'm sure I'm missing one or two, but
Volleyball? Did you say volleyball?
volleyball's a fall sport, Tim, for the girls. It's a spring sport for the boys. But so there'll be a 2-week lull after Thanksgiving, and then we'll be back on the air for our winter sports season on Educational Access Channel 15.
Some of these young athletes you'll be able to see
In another sport, in another season,
Highlander uniforms.
playing for the love of the game. No one here is getting paid. Smartly played by Kelsey.
Carolina tried to drive the ball forward, hopefully setting up Jessica. Would have been nice if that got through. We are under 2 minutes to go in the match.
Throughout the tournament, as throughout the regular season, Tim, the official time is kept on the field by the referees. It's nice to have that stadium clock as a convenience for the spectators, both those present today as well as our viewers at home. Well, nice job chipped in by number 12 of the Sachems, Hannah Pipes, a senior fullback.
So Steve, we're on to tomorrow for the boys at Madison Park, as they have again qualified the next round of the tournament. Again, Madison Park, the #1 seed, boys Division I North sectional soccer. 3:30 starting time. Congratulations to both teams. Winchester obviously will be moving on, and our Lady Highlanders, a valiant effort this afternoon against a Goliath, a powerhouse.
Very generous.
We thank Jeff Argenziano for his direction and camera work. For Steve Cronin, my name is Tim Cronin. On to tomorrow.